Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Lucidera and today I'm going to be talking about should a woman marry for money? Okay, let's put it in a relationship, long-term relationship. Should you stay in a relationship because of money? Let me ask myself that. Will I marry for money? If I say the truth, it's going to look like I don't know the word of God, I'm not a good girl, and if I lie, people here will be like you are pretending. So let me just say the truth. I'm going to marry for money. Yes. I'm going to marry for money. Sorry if I disappoint you. Okay, my first question. Do you mean there is no love? I'm not saying there is no love. Let's put it in this instance, or for this, let me just say this story. Maybe I'm a student and I'm dating a poor guy. Oh, it's really a broke guy, for instance, and they're going to chase me for school fees. I met him and I started crying. Baby, my school fees, he's going to just console me. Eventually, he has nothing to do. I'll go home thinking about my next move. And then eventually a crush or a guy that was crushing on me asked, and I was like, school fees, this one, that one, and then eventually gave me the money. You see, there's a kind of love he just implanted, saving me, and I'll be like, I'll pay you back with what? When you know you don't even have the money, with what will you pay back? Please, if you're watching this, you remove fantasy aside. This is reality. Let's think about it. See, what is working now is money. Everything now is money. Now, when I was saying that you should remove the fantasy of the white men, this is African. In a relationship, not to even talk of marriage, what is very common? Sex. So now, mostly the best way a man can show his love is through sex. So if the rich man can also ask you for sex and the poor man can also ask you for sex, what is the reaction? You better go for the one that is going to make you happy, to me. And what I would say again is that there is one thing in common. So if you think that mostly you want to marry for love, is your luck, it might favor you. So for the love aspect, just take it in mind that you will have heartbreak one time or the other, even though I eventually marry for the money too. Because come to think of it, all men are the same in the aspect of they are very authoritative. Poor man and rich man wants to be in charge. A poor man in the family, he also wants to be in charge. A rich man in the family also wants to be in charge. Imagine yourself, you catering for the money, and when you wear a fancy clothes, you'll be like telling you, don't wear that nonsense, your money. You will feel insulted, and there's a time things just going to run on and you feel that the love is no more there because he's not providing what you need. So if you're not putting it in aspect of white people, you know that their love still backups with money, gifts, and listen. So I'm not saying that there's no love, but it depends on how you see the love. What does that love back on? Now, secondly, would you leave a poor man to marry a rich guy? My sincere answer is also yes. A poor guy, what do you know about a poor guy? Now, my own aspect of me seeing a poor guy is not someone that is just totally poor. What can you offer? Advice? What can you give? If you cannot give any of that, I'm not going to marry you. And for the rich, I'm not talking about you should have a mansion, latest car, use the latest phone. No, I'm talking about you being okay, be able to cater for your own self and cater for me. Yes, I'm going to leave the poor man to marry the rich guy. Okay, the next one is, would you marry for a look than love? I will not marry the two. okay, well, let me be sincere with myself. I'm going to marry for the love and leave the look aside, because eventually the look is going to disappoint me one time. I just take it like that. It's going to disappoint me. Okay, they said, what's the proverb? A man who planted the corn by the roadside and a farmer. Okay, yes, a farmer who planted a corn at the roadside and a man who married a beautiful wife is also suffering from the same they have the same problem. So it's almost the same thing with me, marrying a handsome guy, and well, I'll just go for the love, because eventually he's gonna cheat and he's gonna hurt me. So it's better that I'll be like, let me just marry someone that loves me, even though he's cheating. He comes home and pretend I don't do it, so no problem. So I'm gonna accept the fact. So the fourth one is, what is your advice to those who marry for money? This question hard. What is my advice to those who marry for money? Keep it up. You eventually get what you want. You see, there's one thing I do say, and I always say, is that even though you marry a guy for money, you eventually end up liking the guy. Because I like to use myself for instance. I'm not that from a wealthy family, but I know my mother or my parents catered from primary school, secondary school, university, and I'll come home to also bring upon another problem. Even when I get pregnant, my mom is going to bring her own soup, cut it and give. I have to like, okay, my own bride will start sharing it. See, let me tell you something. There's difference when it comes to the kind of rich I'm talking about. I don't know if it's what you're talking about. A guy who, like, even though he didn't go to school, a guy who can cater for himself, a guy who is responsible, I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Yes, I'm going to marry for the money, but that's not what is ruling. I'll just eventually end up liking the guy. We are not American that will be like, I marry for the money and then I'll start crying in relationships. Since the guy, he's the one who chose me. Like, he chose that he likes me and asked me out, I'm gonna date.